Hello and welcome. Glad to have you here on this knowledge-filled webinar. You are probably like the hundreds of other professionals who responded to a LinkedIn survey we recently conducted. You're looking for clear-cut answers on how to effectively harness the power of LinkedIn to attract more qualified prospects faster. Position yourself as an authority in your respective field, build a profitable sales pipeline, and automate the process to save you time. My name is Rod Ferrier, and I help financial professionals just like you harness the power of LinkedIn to generate connections faster and then convert those connections to ongoing income. My goal today is to show you how to use LinkedIn to engage more prospects, help them see you as someone they need to know, and then motivate them to hire you. You can access hundreds of business owners and decision makers and create a marketing funnel that feeds your connections into qualified leads consistently. I trust that you have taken time to read the very insightful free ebook that I sent to you. If so, you will have learned that LinkedIn members in the United States have an average household income of over $83,000 per year and twice the purchasing power of the average U.S. consumer. Imagine if you were adding 25 to 50 new targeted connections each and every week without having to spend hours in front of a computer doing the hard work. What if you could convert a small percentage of these new connections to only an additional 2 to 4 new appointments every week? What would that do for your practice? Before we go any farther, there are some things you should know about me. I have tested just about everything imaginable to generate new leads, including standing on the side of a busy road waving at passing cars while having a radio station broadcast live in the parking lot. I have spent $131 apiece for radio leads, invested thousands of dollars sending letters in the mail, held live seminars, spent thousands on search engine optimization, online videos, joined BNI groups, attended Chamber of Commerce events, made hundreds and hundreds of cold calls, dropped off flyers, sent tons of emails, created webinars, mailed postcards, and more. And you know what? All of these things combined never generated the number of leads that I am now automatically generating from LinkedIn. No one taught me how to do this. I had to figure it out on my own, and I promise you it wasn't easy. Frankly, it sucked. I struggled for months before I was able to gain some traction. If you have read the ebook or spoken with me on the phone, you already know that I was in the middle of an ugly divorce with my wife of 9 years. My father had just been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he was 61 years old and recently retired, and I was so depressed that I could barely look at myself in the mirror. As a solopreneur, it was up to me to find new clients, close the deal, and then make sure the work was getting done. This was a problem because I did not want to get out of bed most days, much less interact with other people. It was through this hardship that I stumbled across a way to make LinkedIn do what I always believed could happen: generate new leads on a consistent basis. What if I told you that now, instead of me begging business owners or CPAs, CEOs, and CFOs for their time, they are reaching out to me and my clients and asking for a time to talk? And the best part is, I'm now making new friends instead of selling. Remember, no one moves ahead until they trust you. Most of the professionals I speak to are currently spending 30 to 60 minutes a day on LinkedIn. Their activity consists of posting, responding to messages, and looking for more targeted connections. Now, what if you could spend that time talking to more targeted connections? What if you were able to double or triple your current efforts? Do you think this would provide you a greater opportunity to build the sales funnel you've been looking for? Don't forget that the top 3 mistakes being made by business professionals right now on LinkedIn are not enough time spent each day developing relationships and making new connections. The second is using the wrong approach. In other words, selling versus sharing. And number 3, not having a follow-up system. In just a second, I'm going to introduce you to my teammate Greg, who is going to knock your socks off with a new way you can literally see in real time who is engaging with you. He will also show you how to get access to state-of-the-art technology that literally turns connections into cash. Winning the numbers game is accomplished by quickly getting in front of more of your target market. So just to give you an idea, I'm in front of over 300 members of my target market each and every week. Now, before I show you how to automate the entire connection process and the follow-up process and have your connections easily schedule a time to speak with you, let me give you the LinkedIn basics. There are two versions of LinkedIn, the paid or premium version, and I would recommend the Sales Navigator, and there's also the free version. Now, there are also two ways to connect on LinkedIn. The first is manually, which is obviously very time consuming, and then there's the automated way, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. Well, let's take a look at the traditional way of growing your LinkedIn network. You can come into LinkedIn and type in, as I did right here, HVAC owner, Seattle, Washington. Then you can filter this out. I want just my second level connections. And then you can begin opening them up and connecting with them manually by copying and pasting a message, adding a note, and then duplicating that for 50 to 100 a day. Now we can automate all of that copying and pasting and messaging really easily. So I come in and I type in the same HVAC owner. This can be any phrase, the location, and I can hit search. As you can see, I pulled in 70 owners of HVAC companies in Seattle, Washington in just a matter of minutes. I select those that I want to send a message to, and I hit send invitation, and it automates the sending of 70 connection requests. Saves you a lot of time. Now, this is using a paid version of LinkedIn, and this the premium version of LinkedIn Sales Navigator runs about $80 a month, but it allows you some really amazing features. So I can search by function, can search by title, by seniority. Is this an owner, a partner? Is this a C-level, vice president? As you can tell, I can target some fairly affluent LinkedIn connections. I can specify what industries. If I just want, a particular industry, if I want military individuals, if you're doing financial planning for government employees, or you are working with sales professionals or owners of businesses, you can further dive down into them. You can even select by company size. And once you have your connections in here, you hit send, and it sends those out. You can also select to get the email. If you want email addresses for all of these individuals, you can hit the get emails to pull the emails from there. Now, let's move over to the free version of LinkedIn. Now, you do not have to have the Sales Navigator to do this. However, as you can tell, you do give up some functionality, some of the search filters that you have. I can type in, this is a search that I did for health coaches. You can specify the location and the city that you want them in. Using the free version of LinkedIn, you can send up to 40 connection requests a day, whereas if you are doing the Sales Navigator, you can do up to 100 a day. Now, you type in your search phrase. If you wanted business owner, HVAC owner, and the location, and you hit search, it will pull in those results. You simply select those you want to send to and send the invitation, and it will send the invitation out to them. Now, in addition, you can also pull just email addresses. If you are using a CRM, something to automate the sending of emails, whether it's MailChimp or Infusionsoft or HubSpot, whatever, if you have an email service provider, you can pull these in, get the emails, and as you can tell, I got the LinkedIn URL and the email address for all of these LinkedIn connections right here. I can export that CSV and import it into my CRM. In addition, you can also, through the system, automate the sending of emails to a particular list. So here is a list that I built. I can export that to a CSV and send that, import that into my CRM. Now, another option, I can also come in in using this tool here. I can collect, put my emails. Here's the email that I want to send. Enter in my account information. If you are using a Gmail account,
You can send an email out automatically through here. Put in the email that you want. Thank you for being my connection on LinkedIn. Pleasure to meet you. You can introduce them, and you can automate the sending of emails. So think of the amount of time that this will save. You can include a link to your website if you have in this email as well. Okay, so after you were connected, how do you move this new LinkedIn connection into a phone conversation? And you were able to automate this by the follow-up message process included in the software. So after you were connected, you would come over and select Update Contacts, and you have your message that you want to send. So mine simply says just a quick note to say thank you for being my connection on LinkedIn. I provide them a link to an online calendar. Now, I personally use Calendly. That's Calendly, Calendly.com. I think it's $8 a month for the premium version of Calendly. And what that allows you to do is once they schedule a call with you, you can automate the reminder. So think of all the times that you've had missed appointments or you have to send out a reminder. This makes it very easy for your new LinkedIn connection to build a relationship with you. So what you are able to do is when you send them this Calendly link, they click on it in the LinkedIn message. They go directly to your calendar and they find a time that works for them and you, because it's tied to your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar, and you make the times, you choose the time that you're available, and your LinkedIn connections can pick a time through there. Then you come over to the Update Contacts section, and when you select the Update Contacts, it will automatically send that message to all of your new LinkedIn connections. Now just, again, think of the amount of time that this is going to save you. If you could schedule an additional 2 to 4 appointments with targeted connections each and every week, what would that do for your business?
I have been involved in financial services for 15 years, and there is absolutely no compliance issues with this connection strategy. Now, my partner thinks I'm crazy, but I'm about to offer you a once-in-a-lifetime, limited-time offer that will save you $300 a month. And here's the reason. I'll be blunt. I'm burned out on doing all the heavy lifting of a done-for-you program, and I want to bring this opportunity to more people. For the last 4 years, I have been working with professionals and planners in this done-for-you system. Now, I have spent hundreds of hours connecting these professionals to their target market while helping them turn these LinkedIn connections into conversations and ultimately into clients. Now, I know what works and what doesn't because I've made all the mistakes. Now it's time for you to reap the benefits from all my efforts to use a turnkey system with all the bugs worked out. If you want to consistently grow your practice, this tool and system will help. You will receive this incredible tool and 2 hours of group coaching sessions every month to walk you step by step to adding 30 to 40 new connections per week and showing you how to move these connections into conversations. And here's the best part. You can have it all for only $197 a month. But here's the catch. This offer is only good for the next 7 days, and after that, it will retail for $497. So if you have been on the fence and wondering if LinkedIn is a fit for your practice, then this is the time to step up, make the commitment to talk to more of your target market, and save a boatload. Take advantage of this offer before the price goes to $497. Invest in a tool and system that will open doors quicker and build relationships faster. And save $300 a month as well. As Jerry Maguire once said, help me, help you.